Breaker of this world's chain, we adore thee, whom all men love, spotless, taking man's form. O purifier, thou art above the gunas three, knowledge divine, not flesh, thou whom the cosmos wears, a diamond at its heart. Let us look deep in thine eyes. They are bright with the wisdom of God, that can wake us from Maya's spell. Let us hold fast to thy feet, treading we take any hold upon God in our prayer, it is by thy grace alone, since all thine austerities were practiced for our sake. How great was thy sacrifice, freely choosing thy birth in this prison, our iron age, to unchain us and set us free. Perfect, whom lust could not taint, nor passion nor gold draw near. O Master of all who renounce, fill our hearts full of love for thee. Thou hast finished with fear and with doubt, standing firm in the vision of God, refuge to all who have cast fame, fortune, and friends away. Without question thou shelterest us, and the world's great sea in its wrath seems shrunk to the puddle that fills the little print in the clay. Speech cannot hold thee, nor mind, yet without thee we think not, nor speak. Love, who art partial to none, we are equal before thy sight. Taker away of our pain, we salute thee, though we are blind. Come to the heart's black cave, and illumine, thou light of the light.
ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Each of Sri Ramakrishna's disciples were unique in their own respect. Swami Vijnananandji Maharaj, whose birthday we are observing today, was unique in several respects. He used to dress very strangely. He would behave very peculiarly. So for ordinary persons, he would seem a bit out of the way. But he was a true knower of God. Swami Brahmanandji Maharaj, who had that keen insight, spiritual insight to understand people, he would say that it is very difficult to know him. Him means Swami Vijnanananda. He always keeps himself hidden, but he is a knower of Brahman. He has known the self and is thus satisfied. So this Swami Brahmanandji said about Swami Vijnananandji. His name before he took orders was Hariprasanna Chattopadhyay. He was born on October 30th, 1968 in Belgoria, which is now part of Kolkata. He first met Sri Ramakrishna. He went to Dakshineshwar sometime in 1883 along with Sharat and another friend. Sri Ramakrishna received them very cordially and he spoke to them. Hariprasanna was much impressed by Sri Ramakrishna's words and his very, very simple nature. And that day it so happened that Sri Ramakrishna was going to the house of Mani Malik in Kolkata. So Sri Ramakrishna left for Kolkata, and Hari Prasanna and his friends, they also went with Sri Ramakrishna, and he listened to Sri Ramakrishna's words in that devotee's house. And after that program, he returned to his home. So naturally, it was quite late by the time he returned home. His mother was anxiously looking for him, and she asked him, "Where were you?" So he replied that he had been to Dakshineshwar to see Sri Ramakrishna. So his mother remarked, "Oh, you went to meet that crazy Brahmin priest. He has already deranged the boys, the brains of 350 young men." So Swami Vijnananji in later years would recount this incident, and he would say, "Yes, he really deranged my brain, and that brain is still deranged," he would say. So, Swami Vijnananji. He met Sri Ramakrishna about 5 or 6 times in Dakshineshwar. Once he went to Dakshineshwar in the afternoon, and Sri Ramakrishna asked him to stay overnight. And Sri Ramakrishna himself would not eat much at night, but he made arrangements for the Hari Prasanna's meal. And after meal, he asked him to sleep in his room. That was a rare privilege. So he asked him to sleep in his room, and he arranged a mat, and he himself hung a mosquito curtain. And then when Sri Hari Prasanna lied down, so Sri Ramakrishna came to him and told him, "You see, you know why I love you people so much? It is because you all belong here. You all belong to this place. Divine Mother has shown me this, that you all belong here." He said this, and the conversation continued. By then, Hari Prasanna was feeling sleepy. And after some time, Hari Prasanna noticed that Sri Ramakrishna was going round his bed, means Hari Prasanna's bed, clapping his hands and muttering something to himself. He was going round and round. So Hari Prasanna thought, "Oh, is this person really mad, as some people say that he is?" So he wondered. But then he understood. He later said that that night Sri Ramakrishna gave him whatever is need to be given. So he transmitted some power. Then Sri Ramakrishna had asked him to visit once in a while at Dakshineshwar, but at one time it so happened that Hari Prasanna could not go to Dakshineshwar for a long time. So Sri Ramakrishna was anxious to meet him, and he sent a word to him through Sharat to come and meet him at Dakshineshwar. And after that, the Hari Prasanna came to Dakshineshwar, and Sri Ramakrishna asked him, "Hello, what is the matter? You didn't come here for a long time." And this Hari Prasanna, very frankly, he said, "No, I don't feel like coming here always." So I did not come. Then Sri Ramakrishna asked, "No, that's all right, but I hope you are practicing meditation at home." So Hari Prasanna said, "Yes, I try to meditate, but I am not having good meditation. I sit, but there's no good meditation happens." So Sri Ramakrishna was a bit astonished hearing this, and he kept quiet. And Hari Prasanna was also looking eagerly at Sri Ramakrishna. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, "All right, now you go to Panchavati and meditate." And then after saying this, he called him and wrote something on his tongue and sent him to Panchavati. So Swami Hari Prasanna waded his way to Panchavati, but because of the touch of Sri Ramakrishna, he was almost like intoxicated. So he went to Panchavati and sat for meditation. and soon he became oblivious of all surroundings and plunged into deep meditation. So after a while, when he returned to normal consciousness, he found that Sri Ramakrishna was stroking his body. And then he asked him, "Did you have good meditation?" Then Hari Prasanna said, "Yes, I had wonderful meditation today." So Sri Ramakrishna was very happy, and he said, "From now on, you will have good meditation." So he assured him, and then he took him to his room. There he told him many intricacies of spiritual life and gave him guidance. And on that day, he also advised him to be very, very careful about the lures of sex attraction. So he said, "See, Divine Mother has shown me that she will get many works done through you all people. So you should be very pure, be very, very careful." So Swami Hari Prasanna, he followed this advice of Sri Ramakrishna in both letter and spirit throughout his life. He was very, very strict about purity, celibacy and all. And that day, Hari Prasanna also understood that how much Sri Ramakrishna loves him. So he said his love was uncomparable, how much he thinks about the welfare of we people. So that he understood, Hari Prasanna. Another day, Hari Prasanna went to Dakshineshwar. So there were many people listening to Sri Ramakrishna's words. He sat in a corner. He also listened to his words attentively. And then one by one, all devotees left. Sri Hari Prasanna was alone, left alone in the room. And he also stood up to take leave of the Thakur, Sri Ramakrishna. And then as soon as he stood up, Sri Ramakrishna asked him, "Can you wrestle?" So Sri Ramakrishna asked. So Hari Prasanna said, "Yes, I can wrestle." But at the same time, he thought, what kind of a holy man he is. So he is asking me to wrestle. But Sri Ramakrishna also stood up and prepared, ready to wrestle. And so Hari Prasanna was a strapping young man. So, and Sri Ramakrishna was lean, thin, and his body was so soft, delicate. And in no time, Hari Prasanna just pushed him to the wall. But then Sri Ramakrishna was smiling, and he said, "Okay, now you have won." But Hari Prasanna understood that by touching his body, Sri Ramakrishna really transmitted some power. So he experienced intense joy, and that joy lasted for at least 4 days, he says, Hari Prasanna. When Sri Ramakrishna passed away in 1886 August, Hari Prasanna was living somewhere near Bihar in the northeastern part of India. Probably he was studying or working there. But he had a vision of Sri Ramakrishna. He had a vision of Sri Ramakrishna on that day. Later he came to know. And after that he enrolled in a college and studied civil engineering. And in course of a few years, he rose to the position of a district engineer, very responsible, very reputed post. He became district engineer. But even as an engineer, he was very reserved. His colleagues and workers under him, they all respected him very much for the purity of his life and the sincerity with which he discharged duties. But Hari Prasanna, though he continued to work, the fire of renunciation was burning in him. By then, this Baranagar monastery had been established, and Swami, under the leadership of Swami Vivekananda and his other disciples of Sri Ramakrishna had gathered there. They were living, but Hariprasanna could not join the Baranagar monastery then. But when these disciples, when they were on pilgrimage, so they would go and stay with Hariprasanna as his guest. So he would serve them wherever he was. Later, when just before Swami Vivekananda returned to India, so Hariprasanna, he resigned his job and decided to join the monastery. Actually, the reason for his accepting the job and working for so many years was because of his mother. So he was concerned about his mother. Now, after collecting sufficient money to take care of her needs, his conscience was clear. And also, just before he finally decided to join the monastery, Sri Ramakrishna appeared to him twice and told him to join the monastery. So with that direct command and after his responsibility, after fulfilling his responsibilities, he joined the monastery, which by then had moved to Alambazar. So that was in 1896. And then Swami Vivekananda returned, and along with Swami Vivekananda, Swami Vijnanananji, he traveled to different parts of India. And then in 1898, when Belur Math land was purchased, there was the need to construct a few buildings and also embankment along the Ganga. So since Vijnanananda was a civil engineer, naturally the responsibility fell on his shoulders, and he constructed the buildings and also the embankment. And also Swami Vivekananda had a grand plan to build a beautiful temple for Sri Ramakrishna in Belur Math. So he gave specific design instructions to Vijnanananda, and Vijnanananda got the design made through a European engineer, European architect in Kolkata. And he showed that plan to Swami Vivekananda, and Swami Vivekananda approved it. Of course, the construction could not be taken up immediately, mainly because of the untimely death of Swami Vivekananda. But the plan, the original plan of the temple had the approval of Swami Vivekananda. Then Swami Vijnanananda also went on pilgrimages to different places, and in 1900 he went to Allahabad, what is now called as Prayagraj. He went there just for a few days. It's a sacred place of pilgrimage. He went there, but there he found that a few young men had formed a Brahmavadin club. These young men were all inspired by the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda, and they had formed this club, and they used to meet at a rented place and discuss spiritual matters, read scriptures, and do little worship. So that way they were continuing. When these young men came to know that a disciple of Swami Vivek, Sri Ramakrishna, has come to Allahabad, they went to Vijnanananda and requested him to come to their place and guide them in their spiritual life. So Swami Vijnanananda said, all right, I will go. So he went there, and initially he had mind to stay for a couple of weeks probably. But he continued to stay there for 8 long years with those young people in the Brahmavadin club. So these 8 years were very precious in terms of the amount of time he spent in tapasya, study and meditation. So he would remain absorbed in meditation and studies throughout the day. Only in the evening he would people could meet him, and sometimes he would hold scriptural classes for the public. Otherwise, he spent most of his time in tapasya, in Brahmavadin club. And he liked Allahabad very much. He was not interested in going anywhere else. And so he founded a branch of the Ramakrishna Mutt in Allahabad in 1910. So he moved to this new branch, and there also he continued very much the same kind of life, meditation, studies, and occasionally meeting visitors. The only one thing he added was he started a dispensary. So he would treat patients. That he started. Swami Vijnananda was also a great scholar, and he had varied intellectual interests. He wrote a manual of engineering and waterworks in Bengali. And also he translated Devi Bhagavata. It is a very voluminous Purana, one of the main Puranas, Devi Bhagavata. So he translated Devi Bhagavata into Bengali, and he translated 2 ancient astrological works. See, astrological works, he had very deep interest in astrology. So these 2 books he translated into Bengali, and one of them to English as well. And he wrote a biography of Sri Ramakrishna, which is now available. It is translated into English. And towards the end, he was translating Ramayana, Valmiki's Ramayana, but that he could not finish. That work is left unfinished. So he was a scholar as well. And then because he was civil engineer, so the authorities of the Belur Mutt, whenever there was construction work was to be taken up, he would take his advice. Swami Vijnananda supervised the construction of a few buildings in Varanasi, in the Varanasi Home of Service, as well as the Swami Vivekananda temple in Belur Mutt. So he worked very hard in getting this temple constructed, Swami Vivekananda's temple. He was reluctant, because of his reserved nature, he was reluctant to become the trustee of the Ramakrishna Mutt. Though the other trustees, Swami Brahmahananji, Swami Shivanji, they all requested him, so he would not accept. But in 1934, after the passing away of Swami Shivananji, he was forced to become a trustee. He was forced to accept the trusteeship of the order, and in the same year he also became the vice president. And of course the president then was Swami Akhandananji, and when Swami Akhandananji passed away in 1937, Swami Vijnananda became the president of the order. So he was the 4th president of the order and the last president among the direct disciples. He became president, and as president he started as president, and previously as vice president he started giving mantra diksha. Before that he was very reluctant to give initiation, but later on he a keen desire rose in his mind. Actually there was a change in his attitude, and he started giving initiation to both men and women. He would give initiation, and he also traveled extensively to different parts of India. As I said, so there was always an atmosphere of aloofness about him. So he was very reserved. He would not talk much, and as vice president or president, suppose his room was, let's say, filled with so many devotees that had come to offer their respects to him, and all of a sudden he would say, I would like to be left alone. he would say. So people had to all move out immediately. And he would also dress very, very peculiar, very strangely. So there would be a long coat reaching right up to his knees, and that coat there will be so many pockets, big pockets, and all sorts of things he will keep in that pocket. And he would have a strange cap. And in Allahabad, when he would walk on the streets with this dress, many people would stop and wonder and stare at him. What is happening? And he will turn to them and ask, what are you seeing? Are you seeing a monkey? Yes, I am a monkey. I am a monkey of Ramji, he would say. So obviously referring to the army of monkeys which helped Ramchandra. So, in fact, Sri Ramakrishna also said that this Hariprasanna in his previous incarnation was indeed the companion of Ramchandra. So, we don't know. So, this Vigyan Maharaj, because of his dress, he would attract the attention of many people. Then he had many spiritual visions. So his life, if we study, so many experiences and visions he had, but he was very reluctant. He was discreetly silent on narrating those experiences or visions. Only once in a while, in an unguarded moment, he would reveal. So once one barrister came to meet him, and that barrister probably was a worldly man. So he told Vijnananandji that, see, I don't understand God. I understand this world, my job, and all money, all these things I understand. I don't understand God. Then Swami Vijnananandji replied, what you say is true from your point of view, but I have experienced the all-pervasive presence of God. So he said, touching his heart, he said, I have experienced the all-pervasive presence of the Lord. So that is reality for me. So he said. Another time, he was referring to a statue of Buddha which he had seen in a pagoda in Myanmar. So he was telling about that, and he said, I saw the Buddha there, but it was not like the Buddha which I had seen earlier. Then the others who were listening to him, they asked, Maharaj, where else did you see Buddha? Then he started telling that once in Sarnath, which is near Varanasi, which is a sacred place, is where Buddha preached his sermon for the first time after enlightenment. So in Sarnath, he had an experience. He saw that everything around him getting merged into infinity. And out of that infinity, that divine light, a beautiful form of Buddha emerged. Very kind and tender was his face, Buddha. So in this vision, Swami Vijnanandji had seen the Buddha. And now he was saying, when he was narrating this, he all of a sudden became aware that he was giving away his experience, and he changed the topic. So like that, we have in his life many visions, spiritual visions, and towards the end, he had to suffer from many ailments. But he was nevertheless cheerful, and at the same time, he would not accept the treatment of any doctor. Once a rich lady, a devotee, requested his permission to arrange for treatment from a very best doctor in Kolkata. So she said, I would request him to come here and see you. Swami Vijnananji replied, I am under the treatment of a better doctor than the best doctor you can think of. So then that lady became curious. Maharaj, you please tell me the name of that doctor. So Vigyan Maharaj said, I am under the treatment of Lord himself. So he would not accept the treatment. And then the Sri Ramakrishna's temple, we saw that Swami Vivekananda had the desire to build a Sri Ramakrishna's temple. That temple construction had started, I think by late 1930s it had started, and were worried seeing the failing health of Swami Vijnananandji. They wanted to have the temple consecrated from him with his hands. So though the temple was not fully complete, they arranged the consecration ceremony, which happened in January 1938. So Swami Vijnanananda Maharaj, he consecrated the new temple and installed Sri Ramakrishna there. And on that occasion, he had the vision of Swami Vivekananda, Brahmananda, Turiyananda, and all those disciples. So he saw them watching the consecration ceremony. So the ceremony had blessings of all those people. And with the consecration of this new temple, Swami Vijnananandaji, he said that his life's work is over. So he was no more interested in anything. But even in that failing health, he went back to Allahabad. He was so fond of Allahabad, so he would not like to live anywhere else. So he went back to Allahabad. After that, he visited Belur Math only once to attend the Sri Ramakrishna's birthday that year. And after attending the birthday, he went back to Allahabad, and there he passed away on April 5th, 1938. That was, and his body was consigned to the sacred waters of Triveni in Prayagraj. So today is his birthday. So let us pray to Sri Ramakrishna and to this disciple, great disciple Swami Vijnananandji, that with their blessings we make spiritual progress. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.